Welcome back to another Triple J live stream. It seems that those Kree the Guardians went after aren't working alone. A source informed me the Kree made a deal with another Kang stooge, an Inhuman commonly known as Maximus the Mad. Ha! If I don't get out of Chronopolis soon, Maximus the Mad will have Jonah the Furious on his case, let me tell you. Maximus has helped the Kree invade the Inhuman city of Attilan, so he can take over the throne of Black Bolt, his own brother. In response, Black Bolt has assembled his family members to free the city and take back his throne. My source told me it was difficult for Black Bolt to rally the royals with a rousing speech due to the ludicrously destructive power of his voice. But with a few frowns and mimes, they soon got the message.
Maximus has no doubt set a trap.
Awkward silences. Don't you just hate them, brother?
Maximus, how dare you mock the king? You know he cannot speak.
Then let's hear if he can scream.
Lockjaw! Teleport us out of here!
I always find actions speak louder than words. Oh, come now.
Lego Marvel Superheroes walkthrough. We are in part 2 of the Inhuman Nature level. So in the previous video we actually defeated the boss that allowed us to get into this level in the first place. So this is actually the beginning of this level, but either way it's a pretty fun one, even though I have literally no idea who the two people we're playing as are. And I don't really know who a lot of the people in Marvel are. I've talked about that before, but what I'm trying to kind of get across is that I've at least heard of Captain Marvel, I've at least heard of like the Black Panther and some of his enemies. I at least have some idea of who they are. I have never, for once in my life, heard of these guys. So I don't know. I don't really know why they went with this. Like I said, I kind of feel like they could have cut out this level and then the next one where we play as these two guys and just ended the game at 18 levels in it. I don't think anyone would have noticed. So first we have to go after what appears to be Black Bolt's nemesis, because his wife, who it sounds like it's his wife anyways, and so she always refers to him as her husband, the woman with the massive amounts of squirrely hair there, wants to, or is always the Black Bolt spokesperson, because I guess he can't talk, because if he does, he just tears down everything around him, and yeah, we're defeating a guy who wants to take away his kingship or something. Again, I have absolutely no idea, so whatever the heck that he wants to do in here, that's who we're defeating. We also get access to this dog, who is a pretty cool looking kind of bulldog, and he has a lot of kind of interesting abilities, I guess. He can pull open those strong things that normally you need a strong character for. And earlier on in levels in this game, you may have seen some places that looked like a little pop-up came up and said you actually needed this dog to access that part, which of course is always a free play location, so now you can actually do that because you have the dog unlocked. Which is why if you play a Lego game, you almost always want to beat the game before you bother with free play, because that way you have every character you'll pretty much ever need. Some Lego games aren't actually that nice. Sometimes they make you go hunt for a character that's like, it costs a ton of studs before you can actually do some of the free play stuff. I run into that issue with Lego Star Wars, The Force Awakens, because I was going to do a 100% walkthrough for Force Awakens, but I ended up not doing that because the game actually deleted my save file when I was like halfway through it. So that was a lot of fun. Great game there. Anyway, here are going to be a bunch of buttons that you have to press in a it's a little bit timed, so you have to push them all before the first one that you press gets depressed, but there's going to be these ice things that I'm having a hard time with because I was having a complete brain stroke here and just not like realizing what the heck am I supposed to do here. And you know what, I probably could have cut this out. Any other good walkthrough maker probably would have. I just thought it was kind of funny with me failing so miserably, not realizing you're supposed to switch on over to a hero who has a laser and then laser the crap out of those golden bricks above these ice cream makers. So once you do that, then you'll be able to push all the buttons, and then once you do that in the correct amount of time, which shouldn't take too long, it's not really too hard to get, this is going to open up, and then we can swim on down here and push the button. So we're going to have to push, I believe, 3 buttons. That's going to send power to the different parts of this room, and that will actually allow us to continue on in the level. So this actually isn't too long of a level, but the boss is probably, I want to say the boss is a solid third of this video, so the boss is pretty long. The level itself is also kind of lengthy, but not too bad. So there's one of those arms up on top that is released, and then this elevator is going to come on down. Now remember, Black Bolt can fly, so he can fly up there, and he can also sonic those flashing glass type of things, so you'll just want to switch on over to him, go on up there, and break that open. Looks like this is another kind of robot of some kind. And it can be a little bit weird trying to get this to work, but just push and hold B there, and then he'll cough and then spit out his Fusroda, break open the glass, and then we can build that tiny pile of Lego bricks right beneath us. And this will give us access to the second of the 3 power lines that we're trying to turn on. So we're turning on this console, and I think this is actually the first time we've done this, but there's going to be a bunch of numbers. Ignore those, just pay attention to the arrows, and then you'll want to move your analog stick in the direction that the arrows were, and just follow that for all 3 circles. If you mess up, no big deal, it'll just run through it again, and then you try again. And there's also going to be the kind of that laser light to the right side, which I don't think we'll be doing in this level, because that is I believe it's a free play area, and if you've played other games, you've probably, you know what that's for. You need to get under a disguise before it will accept you in there, and there's probably a mini kit, or what's his name, Stanley inside of there, something like that. But anyway, for this room, you'll just want to finish off the rest of the tiles, so we can actually push all of these, or push this generator on over, which I never noticed, that's actually a giant gear on top of that Lego thing there. That's actually kind of cool. Huh, that's all scaled up and everything. Never really thought about that. Interesting. So anyway, just move this on over all the way here to the right side, and I think this is all you need to power up the second, yep, I think that's, okay, yep, that's all we need to power up the second one. Then we'll have to just jump on up there with someone who can fly again, so Black Bolt. I don't know if anyone else can fly, but you can do that, or you can jump onto this aerial faith plate from Portal 2 and go push the button.
Is it so wrong that I want to rule Attilan? I'm a very clever person with a strong ambition and excellent people skills.
People skills? You've locked your own family in this miserable place.
Yes, I admit, I'm not perfect.
Now, if we've done a little bit of exploring in this area, you may have noticed that ladder kind of to the right side, but you can't actually do anything there until you activate this second power cable, so not really a whole lot we could have done, but once you can activate that, then this will free itself open a little bit more, and then you'll want to switch to this guy with the staff, because you're going to want to, I think, you need to throw his staff into that bottom pole, and I did that earlier, so you'll just switch to this guy, push and hold X, aim onto that hole, and then throw it in there, and then jump up here, of course, avoiding that saw. And then once we're up here, we will use his ability to sniff out the place that we need to go to. You can either kill these guys or ignore them, as I tried to do, but I think he kills me right before I get there. Nope, I did. Yep, right before I got there. I think I was just about to discover it, so then I finally got it, and then I'm just like, you know what, forget you guys, I don't really care about you. Then I decided to take him out and then build the other access to this giant panel, and we're going to use this guy's staff again and try to aim at that hole instead of the enemy that I hit the first time. Then this should shut it down, and then we'll just want to avoid all of the lasers on the way there, kind of once again out of Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 had so many stupid levels with those lasers, and oh my goodness, those lasers were ridiculous. So that gave me a little bit of temporary PTSD from Half-Life 2, but luckily it's not nearly as hard as that game can be. And then we'll just want to push the button, which will activate the third and final power cord. So then this will give us access into the boss room, which I will begin talking once again once we are past that cutscene.
This looks like our way out of here.
Now to find Maximus.
Welcome, family, to the court of Maximus the Great.
You're nothing but a Kree puppet, a pale reflection of your brother.
Really? And who failed to prevent Kang dragging our city here? Ronan and his Kree have a Nexus shard. With our combined forces, we will crush Kang.
Get off my husband's throne.
Husbands? Oh, no, no, no. This throne is very much mine. A lot more cutting edge. Let's prune this family tree, shall we? The people of Atalan will be safer under my protection. Why can't anyone see this?
Maximus, you're not thinking clearly. Please, don't do this.
My little friends here will make you see. Get them! Ooh, this is actually quite fun. How I waited for this.
I don't...
Yeah! What was that? Damaged it? Now I'm beginning to get rather cross.
Please, we don't want to hurt you, Maximus.
Oh, don't worry. You won't.
He's raised some kind of shield. We won't be able to get close enough to attack.
There must be a way to redirect the flow of power.
Give up, Maximus. It's over.
Not yet, it isn't. I still have some tricks up my sleeve. Let's see how you handle this. I told you I was a genius.
What's happening? Everything's so strange.
Maximus, he's managed to affect the surrounding gravity. We can't attack.
There has to be some way to reach him.
Come now, brother.
Silence.
Well said, my love. Crystal, would you be so kind?
It would be my honor, sister.